Las Vegas Raiders.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Chase on. Derek Carr sacked.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Caleb on. Chase on.
Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Westbrook now on the return. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Darnold steps away. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down.
Darius Geis, the ball carrier.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Gain of 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold out to his left. He may try and run, and I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
The ball
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This is Geis. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. On the ground, Geis. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you got a team working together, and they got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here.
And you know, listen, there's 2 ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And it's 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7. Raiders 0.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, this is Geis. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. Third down here.
Brings up third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. That gain on third down, good for 28.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a run with Geis. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Faking the give. Darnold. He'll buy some time right. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
14.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And it's now 14-0.
Kickoff for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be... brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The throw complete here to Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Raiders.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You got to press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
He was brought down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
At their own.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Darnold on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
Incomplete.
The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Geis. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Check Mike, 54, Mike, 54. Come up the ball.
Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
44's Mike. Check. Here we go. Go to Mike.
On 4th down, Darnold. And that is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Carr. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Raiders 3.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Westbrook on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple out. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. After the run, now Darnold to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And it's 21-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards on the ground. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 5 now. Carr finding Harris over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Carr maybe with a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now D.D. Westbrook to return.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Darnold. Sliding out of the pocket. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
54, come on, 54's mark. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold, he's letting it fly for Cooks. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
Intercepted by the Raiders. They'll take over first.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Jacobs, the ball
Fletcher
carrier.
Cox there for the tackle.
That is on the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Carr powering his way forward. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
Anderson.
And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defense coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Geis, they'll try to run it. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, Geis, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In clutch territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Ball carrier. He was brought down at the 26. 1-yard gain. 1
quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to get that to Kobe Parkinson, and it's 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down, and that will be incomplete.
Intended for Henry Ruggs. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. Past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders get a score closer. When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Westbrook on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now back out comes the offense. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
Check four. Switch.
They begin with a quick throw out left. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
33-yard line.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
Check 26.
They'll run with Geis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Gerald Everett is tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, kid. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check.
Darnold from the gun. He's letting it fly for Cook. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
That's an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up the throw from the gun. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Complete to Hunter Renfrow.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
The Jaguars' 48-yard line.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
Complete to
Henry Ruggs, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
The previous play is under
He was
review.
on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit.
Joey Sly lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work.
Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
Now, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now a desperation throw deep. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Carr to throw again. That's complete right around the 8.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 6 yards away. And the Raiders get a score closer.
Las Vegas.
And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just 1 shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on
and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
One final try now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. As as time has run out on this football game. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.